Before you convince yourself that the markets are going to continue to sell off, you might want to check again. Again, overall NASDAQ market ended slightly in the red, but it was nothing too significant. If we looked at how much the market sold off and then ended up recovering, I mean, this doesn't surprise me at all. As of right now, even if you look at the NASDAQ or S&P 500 futures on how it is that they're trading after market hours, it wouldn't be much of a surprise if we see a lot of consolidation leading up to the big report that's going to be released this Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern time, and that is the Fed rate decision. That's going to be on September 18th. We do plan to live stream it here on the YouTube channel. And again, it is the expectation that the Federal Reserve is going to be cutting interest rates. The question is by how much? 25 basis points, that's on the lower end, or 50 basis points, a little bit more on the higher end. There's even a Senator, Elizabeth Warren, that is suggesting for the Federal Reserve to do 75 basis points. I mean, she seems to be a little bit on the extreme side of things anytime she opens her mouth. But nonetheless, overall NASDAQ market is still incredibly bullish on the larger time frames. Now, again, this is coming from someone like myself that obviously wouldn't mind the market pulling on back. With that being said, just because the market is overbought doesn't mean that the market actually has to pull on back, especially being so close to a major economic event. And I'm just sharing this with you so a lot of you beginners that are watching, instead of making an impulsive decision before this report gets released and entering a position before anything actually happens, I would say safer play might be just to wait to react. And this is one thing that we talk about during our live trading sessions all the time is, again, if you try to jump in before the report actually comes out, you possibly have a 50-50 chance of being right or wrong. If you wait until after the report comes out and then the market ends up choosing its direction, so let's say the market ends up being bullish or ends up being bearish, then at that point, you can choose to go with the flow of the market and at least giving you a much better edge to actually take advantage of an opportunity. Yes, you might be a little bit late to the rally, but guess what? You're still going when it's going up versus being early to a sell-off that ultimately can end up going against you. The same thing with NVIDIA. NVIDIA was showing a little bit more signs of selling pressure. We are trading below the EMA line, and I did walk away with $6,300 on the day. But trust me, this would not be much of a surprise if all of a sudden, for no apparent reason, NVIDIA just begins to recover back to previous highs of $120 per share. Remember, these companies are incredibly bullish. They will find any reason to continue to indicate signs of an uptrend. So because of that, it is in our best interest to make sure that we look out for ourselves and keep it simple. Choose to trade with the market, not against it. So if the market opens up bullish, to not be afraid to go with the bulls and to not be afraid to take profits. If the market does present us with the opportunity of forming lower lows and lower highs, to not be afraid to short the market and go with the bears and not be afraid to take those profits once it begins to show signs of a support. Remember, leading up to the Fed rate decision, the way that I prefer to trade is taking it day by day, closing each trade every single day so you don't carry any of the risk by market open on the next day that follows. When it comes down to economic reports that's going to be released tomorrow, we have retail sales. So again, this is going to be a little bit more of a significant report based off of what the Federal Reserve is currently focusing on. So based off of this report that is released 1 hour before the market opens, we might see a quick little shift of market direction, just depending if it actually beats or comes below market expectation when it comes down to this actual report for retail sales. So again, if you're part of my Learn Plan Profit group, do not worry, we will have you covered. So during tomorrow's live trading session, we'll make sure that we talk about the retail sales report and get a better sense of the market direction right when it opens, and I'll see you there for the live trading session. If you want to tune on in, especially if you're a complete beginner and you feel lost in this market full of chaos, again, you don't have to join, but if you feel like it would be valuable to be able to watch me trade live every day, I do it every day, Monday through Friday, right at market open for about 30 minutes to an hour. It's a great way for an absolute beginner to get an inside look on what the thought process is behind someone taking trades, buying and selling. You get to see all of my good trades and all of my bad trades, and whenever it is that you are ready to tune on in, it's the second link in the description down below. I appreciate your time. I hope that earned a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I will be live streaming the Fed rate decision on Wednesday, so just another reason to subscribe to the channel. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.